Tricycles are great fun. They're a bit like bicycles, except they have 3 wheels instead of 2. And that helps you to balance. Off I go. But do you know how a tricycle is made? Let's find out. How is it made?
A tricycle!
To see how a tricycle is made, I've come here. Inside that workshop, they make lots of tricycles, some for grown-ups and some for children. Let's go see how one's made. To make a tricycle, first the mechanics open up this box. And can you believe that all the parts needed to build one tricycle fit inside? Over to you, Scott.
There are 25 parts to this tricycle, and they're all different shapes and sizes.
Can you guess what some of them are going to be? This is one of the pedals, the part you push with your feet to turn the wheels. And what about this? Well, these are the handlebars, the bit you hold with your hands. And what about this one? This is called the saddle, and it's the bit you sit on. Let's find out.
How is it made?
Soft play.
To find out, I've come here to a soft play factory. They make lots of soft play items here. They come in different shapes and sizes, lots of different bright colours, and of course, they're all soft, even the floor. Let's see how they make the floor. Like all the soft play items made here, the floor pads start off with this. It's a material called PVC. It's really shiny, isn't it?
This is Sarah, and she's going to cut out all the pieces we need to make a floor pad. She starts by drawing a big square on the PVC. This will be the top of the floor pad. The square is then cut out. Listen to the sound of the scissors. Next, Sarah cuts out the bottom of the floor pad, and then the sides.
Once all the pieces have been cut out, they need to be sewn together.
And that happens here. Maria is going to use a sewing machine to sew all the pieces together.
A hot air balloon.
Hot air balloons are really big. They have a basket for people to ride in and a huge balloon which lifts the basket high into the sky.
And this is where they're made. Yes, this is a hot air balloon factory. And that is a lot of material.
The material is called nylon, and it arrives in the factory in big rolls. So how does all this become a balloon? First, the material needs to be cut into smaller pieces with a small round cutter.
Here it is. It fits inside the machine, just here. Let's see it cut the material into smaller pieces using my special camera.
With my special camera in place, it's time to turn the machine on. The cutter is programmed by a computer to cut the strips into the right size. It moves along really fast.
It doesn't look like it's doing anything. But believe it or not, that is cutting the material into smaller pieces. Drums are great fun, but do you know how they're made? Let's go find out.
How is it made?
A drum.
We're in a drum drum factory. And making a drum begins with this. Here we have lots of very thin slices of wood. It's called veneer, and it's the first thing we need to make a drum. Come with me and I'll show you how this turns into this. For each drum, lots of layers of veneer are stuck together with a thin layer of glue. This makes the drum nice and strong.
The glued together pieces of wood are now taken to a special machine that keeps them nicely pressed together while they dry.
And now our thin sheets of wood are ready to be made into a drum. But can you see the wood is still really bendy? That's important because a drum is round, so our wood needs to be able to bend into a round shape. Listen to that wibbly wobbly sound. Doesn't it sound funny? Do you play the piano? It sounds lovely, doesn't it? But what I want to know is what's going on inside the piano. Do you know how a piano works? Let's find out.
How does it work?
A piano.
We are in a piano shop. There are lots of pianos here, but they don't all look the same. This type here is called an upright piano, and that's because the main body of it, that's this bit, stands upright, just like we do. But this type here is called a grand piano, and it stretches out this way instead of upright. It's a bit like lying down. Playing a piano starts with this, a keyboard, and all these white and black bits are called keys, and each one plays a different note. Have a listen. Did you hear how each key plays a different sound? Well, there are 52 white keys and 36 black keys, and each one plays a different note. But do you know how it works? Well, to show you, we need to open this piano up. The water helps to move you down, and it also makes you go faster and stops you getting stuck. But where does all that water come from, and where does it go? Let's find out.
How does it work?
A water slide.
When you go on a water slide, the first thing you need to do is climb to the top. Now this is the top of the slide. And can you see there's lots of water running down it? This is what's going to help me slide down. First, I need to sit down like this. All I need to do is push off. But first, I'm going to put my special camera on my head so you can see exactly what it looks like as I go down the slide. Are you ready?
The water is going really fast and taking me with it. It's good my special camera is waterproof.
That was so much fun! Did you see how the water was carrying me down the slide? The water is always flowing downwards, and when you go on a slide, you go down too. And that's because of something called gravity.